I saw a situation where you went over to Trey, might have been a miscommunication, whatever, drop pass, and you went over to the sideline, talked to him for a second.
Yeah.
Ultimately, right after that, 2 touchdown passes to him. Is that sort of what you're talking about in terms of the leadership and making sure guys are, and that you got their back?
For sure. There's going to be ups and downs in this game. You're never going to be perfect. We strive for perfection, but we're all human. And so, the main thing whenever a guy makes a mistake or, anything happens out there that we don't want to happen, it's about, showing that we have each other's back. And so whenever you can go up to a guy and pat him on the back or, give him a word of encouragement, that's what we're here for. And they do it for me as well. So it's not just a one-way street, it's a two-way street. And, I just want to continue to breathe life into my guys because we got some really, really good players and they work extremely hard. So when they mess up, it's okay. Move on to the next play and keep going.
How good was it that you guys got the long touchdown pass, actually 2 touchdown passes? How good was it that that reward was there?
Man, it's great to score touchdowns, right? We want to score touchdowns, and I think obviously, there's some things that we can improve on. There's a lot of things that we left out there, things that we have to get better at. But overall, man, I thought I was very pleased with how we competed today, and I thought, like you said, man, we hit some long touchdowns, and we got some plays, on their guys. We were all competing, and it felt really good to see that.
Everyone knew, you're a quality good quarterback. That's a fact. But your leadership every single time you've been on the field, from OTAs to mini camps to today, has shown through. Do you think maybe that was an underrated part of your game, is that you're an exceptional leader?
Honestly, I don't know. I try to, do my best to not pay attention to the noise or the outside noise. But, my goal is to be here for my guys. I don't really need the recognition or anything like that. As long as I'm here for my guys and they know that I got their back and that, I'm going to go through it with them. I'm not the guy who's just going to say, hey, you guys need to be working hard. No, I want to set the example and set the tone. And so, I don't know if I'm underrated or overrated. It doesn't really matter to me. I just focus on what I can control, which is being there for my guys.
You've been pushing the ball down the field, even starting training camp, and obviously sometimes you're just going to have to take what the defense gives you. But what do you think about the big play potential of this offense?
We want to strike. We want to be able to have a big play offense, and we have the weapons to do so. But it's about, like you said, taking what the defense gives me, understanding situations. Every time isn't a chance to go for the long ball. There's situations in the game where you got to just manage the game and check it down if you need to. But when we can strike and we can put points on the board, no matter if it's a 10-play drive or a 1-play drive, it's about getting points on the board. And I'm going to, push the envelope as much as I can. If they want to come up and give us, deep shots, we got the guys that'll run past them. And so we just got to make the right reads, make the right plays. And when we play right, we're a really good team.
It seemed like the offensive line held up pretty well today. What do you think about it?
Got to watch the film. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things that we can improve on. But I felt really good back there. I felt like I had, a lot of time to go through my reads and was getting to the backside on some reads and even getting to the 4th and 5th, option on some things. So I thought they did a great job. Always tough when you got to compete against another opponent, especially in this heat. But I thought we came out, we competed, and overall we got better.
That's a defense you know pretty well.
Yeah.
I've dealt with them over the years. How beneficial is it operationally for your offense to go against a top-level defense like that?
It's super beneficial, man. I'm so happy we did that, and big shout out to the 49ers for coming out. It's hot, and they had to travel, and it's not easy on those guys. But I love the way Fred and those guys compete. He's one of the top linebackers in the game, so going head against him, I've been doing that for the last couple of years. But I feel like it always makes you better, and so for us to see a different opponent, some guys who haven't seen our offense for 8 or 9 weeks, just to see how we look against those guys, I thought we did some things really well. But also we can get a lot better as well.
Geno Smith made what he's done here with the full 16. What did you see from that when you got to Seattle with him?
Yeah, Pete's been the same guy, every day since I met him, and I think that's what makes him special. He's super energetic. I don't know how he does it, but the guy wakes up, it seems like he just pops out of the bed, man. He's just fired up as soon as he wakes up, and he brings the juice every single day. When you have a leader like that at the helm, you have no choice but to fall in line. And so all of us, as leaders on the team, and every single guy on the team, we're following Coach's lead, and he's doing a great job of leading us.
Last couple of days of practice, you've really been focused on getting the deep ball out to Trey and Deontay, but how good is it to have consistent with Jacoby Myers in the inside, kind of opening things up right there in Brock Bowers?
Yeah, I think it all works together. We want to make sure that all of our entire offense has to work together. And so, we've hit on some deep balls. We've also missed on some that I thought we should have had, but those are things that we can improve on. And then, for me, it's always about being efficient. You want to be efficient. I want to be a high completion percentage guy. I want to make sure that we're efficient on third downs and in the red zone, scoring touchdowns. So we got to make the right plays, and we got to take what they give us, but we also got to push it. And so I think we're doing a good job at that, but long ways to go. We got to keep being better.
You and Brock have built a really good rapport, but there was one throw today where you put it in a tight window and he made an amazing catch, and you hooted about him. Do you every day just think, man, thank God he's on my team?
Yeah, all these guys, man. Like Brock's the thing about Brock, he's an extremely hard worker. And when you have guys like that who are that talented, but the work ethic matches the talent, the sky's always the limit. And so I think we have a lot of guys like that. I think about Mike when I think about guys like that, Trey and Jacoby, and just really solid dudes, man, just great people, and then outstanding athletes as well. Thank God I'm here. I feel really good about it.
Geno, from your vantage point.
Sorry, I missed it.
You talked about the importance of guys knowing you have their back. Were there guys early in your career that you felt like had your back and that stand out to you?
Yeah, a lot of guys. Snacks Harrison, Damon Harrison. I think Nino. Quandre Diggs, Jamal Adams, Russell Wilson. A lot of guys, man, who, really gave me the confidence that I needed. And so, I feel like it's my job to try to do the same thing and, really set the tone in that regard.
Geno, from your vantage point, what happened with the fan in the tunnel in Seattle?
With all due respect, man, that was last week. I'm moving on and focused on this week.
How much does a practice like this, give you ahead of the preseason game and stepping into Allegiant for week 2?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think the whole thing about preseason training camp is to learn and grow through experiences. And so we have to take the next step, and that next step is, our first real game in our home stadium, and we want to set the tone. We want to come in and be fired up and have our fans, Raider Nation. We want everybody to be fired up and be excited about what we're doing, and so this is the step in that direction. In this first game, we'll learn a lot about ourselves, and that's what it's for. Is to continue to improve, continue to push ourselves, find ways to get better.
Obviously, this was your rival team for you for the last few years. Any moments out there today where you could feel that rivalry coming back?
Man, anytime I step out there and I got 54 on the other side, I know what he brings to the table. I know the type of competitor he is. I know the type of player he is. And so whenever Fred's out there, we're going head to head. I feel like it feels like, the same games we were playing when I was in Seattle, man. It's just always the best on best. And I know he's going to have his guys ready. He knows I'm going to have my guys ready. And, may the best man win.
Ashton Genty made some plays today. What have you seen from his growth so far in camp?
I think Ashton, today he made a play, I won't mention it, but it was something we did yesterday, and he was we didn't really get it right, and then today he came out, we got it perfect. And I thought, man, we took a big jump just from yesterday to today, and to see that from a rookie player, he learns and he grows with every single experience, I think that's something that's going to make him so much of a great player because he's getting better by day. And so I thought Ashton did a great job, as always, but he definitely took another step and another jump today.